Good day, grade 10. I hope you are doing great and I hope you are ready to learn more about world literature. The answer for that is you are... Wait, anong sagot? Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. No. Good day, grade 10. I hope you are doing great and I hope you are ready to learn more about world literature. But before we proceed, let's have this activity first. I know that you are familiar of guessing, okay? Guess the following statements if it is a fact or bluff. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Is this a fact or a bluff? First statement. You are taller like that, okay? Taller, so I am short. You are taller in the morning than in the evening. Is that a fact or a bluff? Any guess? Fact or bluff? Okay, what's the answer for that? Taller in the morning than in the evening? If you have answered fact, you are absolutely right. You are approximately 1/2 inch taller when you wake up in the morning. So thanks to excess fluid replenish. During the day, you know that? Your body has to deal with the stress of standing like this. So the disc become compressed and the fluid seeps out. This results in you losing a small amount of extra height. Okay, so I hope that is another information for you. That is a fact. Second, by the age of 5, 10, 15, 18, by the age of 18, your brain stops growing. Is it a fact or a bluff? Age of 18, your brain stops growing. What do you think? Is it a fact or a bluff? If you have answered bluff, no, you are wrong because that is a fact. From that day forward, it begins to lose more than 1,000 brain cells every day. Take note of that. Only 2% of your body weight is occupied by your gray matter, but it is used up to 20% of your overall energy output. Okay, so take note of that. That is a fact. Let's proceed to the third one, number 3. Okay, what do you think is our statement? I hope that you are not yet into alcohol because you are still teenager. But my statement is, alcohol doesn't make you forget anything. When you get blackout drunk, the brain temporarily loses the ability to create memories. So for our fathers maybe, our titos, have they experienced that kind of situation? Alcohol doesn't make you forget anything. Is that a fact or bluff? What's your answer? Okay, if your answer is a fact, you are right. Alcohol doesn't make you forget anything. Remember that? When you get blackout drunk, the brain only temporarily loses the ability to create memories. Okay, so that is a fact. Remember that. Let's proceed to our number 4. Is that 4? 5? I don't know if that is 4. Next statement. Okay, are you ready? Let's see. In ancient Greece, yes, we are talking of Greece. So this is part of world literature. Throwing an apple at someone. If this is an apple, and I'm going to throw this to a woman, okay? If I throw an apple at someone, is it done to declare one's love? What do you think? In ancient Greece, throwing an apple at someone was done to declare one's love. Is it a fact or a bluff? Any guess? So, I'll be seeing if there will be men who's going to throw apple to a woman and it is a declaration of love. So is it a fact or a bluff? If your answer is fact, exactly, you are right. Why? Throwing an apple in ancient Greece, remember this, that is a form of marriage proposal. What? Okay, so now we're going to throw apple there, everywhere. Throw apples, but not at this moment, okay? You're still grade in, so soon, maybe you try to throw an apple to someone. But again, that is a sign of love. Thank you for that, okay? Next one, and I think this is the last. The word erotomania, again, erotomania, spell it out, E-R-O-T-O-M-A-N-I-A. Erotomania is a psychological disorder in which the affected people believe a famous person is in love with them. Erotomania. Again, affected people believe a famous person is in love with them. So, for example, for these women, if Jungkook or whatever, Cook, okay, is in love with them, is it called erotomania? Is it a fact or a bluff? What do you think is the answer, guys? Fact? Fact or bluff? If you answered fact, you are correct, okay? So erotomania is a psychological disorder in which, again, the affected people believe that a famous person is in love with them, okay? So I think that is enough for our first activity for this day. And why are we talking of fact and bluff? Or maybe in simple terms, we are talking of reality or fantasy. So are those things that are happening to us are reality or fantasy? And talking about reality or fantasy, let's talk of mythology. Are you familiar with mythology? What do you think is the root word of mythology? What do you think? Is that logic? Mythology? What? Okay, let's see if the root word or of that word is a reality or fantasy. Okay, let's go. You know what? Some people use the word myth to mean fantasy. So, it's not reality, fantasy. But mythology is the study of stories. Please remember that. Study of stories that were used to explain the world. World, as in this one world, and other human experiences. Okay? So, this mythology, of course, is somewhat related to one of the greatest mythologies that maybe you have heard, or if this is the first time that you are going to hear this one, let's see, you are going to learn more about Greek mythology. What is this Greek mythology? Since we defined what a myth is, and of course, mythology being the study of different stories, what is this Greek mythology? Please remember that Greek mythology was used to explain, first, the creation of the earth. Creation of the earth. You have learned about the story of creation based on Genesis, but what could be the difference of this Greek mythology story of creation with that one? Okay? Second, number two, this is used to explain death and afterlife. Take note of that. Death and afterlife. If there may be some characters that we're going to encounter that they have experienced death and there is afterlife, maybe we can really say that this is Greek mythology. And of course, it is used to explain also human experiences such as love, jealousy, revenge, and war. Okay? So those things, those human experiences are being explained in Greek mythology. And remember that they were also used as entertainment and were only told orally. Orally. Like what I am doing orally, okay? Because most people could not read. So they do not have the archives, they do not have the books, etc., because everything is just been told orally. Okay? Remember that one. Next, Greek mythology, of course, include gods and goddesses. Who are these gods and goddesses that we're going to encounter in the story of creation in Greek mythology? But remember that a god or a goddess is immortal. Are you immortal? I am not immortal. Okay? This means that they can never die and that they live forever. Do you wish to live forever? Do you wish? Okay, if you wish, you can be a god. You can be a goddess. You can be immortal. And the immortals could not die, but they did make mistakes and had human emotions like what we are feeling, such as I have mentioned, jealousy, love, and anger. Okay? So if you want to be a god or a goddess, I'll be waiting for that. Okay? But in opposite of an immortal are the mortals. I am a mortal. You are a mortal. So these mortals are men and women who live on earth. So to be mortal means that you can die, I can die, we can all die because we are mortals and we are not gods and goddesses. Sometimes the gods like to help, like to punish, or even have romantic relationship with the mortals. How come did it happen? Gods like to have relationship with the mortals. We're going to find out that soon. But before we continue, I want you to watch this video about the story of creation on Greek mythology. Watch this, guys. Click this one, this one. Okay, watch that video.
So fearful was Kronos of the oracle's prediction that his own children would rise against him, that he decided to imprison them all in his belly. Rhea stood by and watched as her children were devoured one by one. But when the time came for the last of her children to be eaten, she was unable to bear another such loss, and devised a trick to save the baby Zeus. Rhea commanded the eagle to secret her son away. He was taken to an island far beyond the watchful eyes of Kronos. It was I who cared for him. It was I who kept him safe. I nurtured his desire to free his brothers and sisters from Kronos. But my foolish act of compassion would haunt the Titans forever. For in sparing Zeus, We allowed him to return to us with vengeance in his heart. He betrayed all of the Titans for the sins of just one. The sins of his father, Kronos.
Okay, Grayton. After watching that video, I know that you have now an idea of how the world was created according to Greek mythology. So first and foremost, it started with chaos, that is chaos. Okay? So it all started with that dark, immeasurable abyss, which is called as chaos. So everything is just darkness. Everything was just black. So we cannot see anything. And of course, after that chaos, there are different creatures that appeared in that story of creation in Greek mythology. So you have heard of a story of that creation in Genesis 1 and 2, but this is different, okay? Remember, this is totally different because from an unknown creature, there appears now the creation of Greek mythology. Okay? Let's continue. Let's go.
In lounge rooms across the nation, minds will blow. Night after amazing night, millions of Australian jaws will